What's good? You rocking with your boys are all rights reserved. I asked that. This is a first history in the making of some type of report being documented. This is what's required as the details and information I've spoken on, as well as dealing with agents. I will give credit to the people that are actually in this information. Let's get started. According to the theories that I've documented, and I've written everything out, Section A12, there's nothing to validate that theory as of yet. Reading and understanding it, there's nothing to validate that theory. There are many people who have, even on YouTube, attempted to pull a theory off of that sort, and it has not been validated. Section B, 44, that theory, it's still in the works. The reason that cannot be concluded is because the suspects have not yet been arraigned, nor have the suspects been introduced in any fashion to fit with anything in that series. And the craziest one will be, excuse me, I don't mean the craziest one, but C7, looking into C7, there's absolutely no proof of that one. However, I will get to the alternative theories part because there is one that's sensible that leads to 3 alternative suspects other than the suspects that are being arraigned. Okay, now the documents. I've received various documents. Documents noted in T71. Those documents are most interesting because they show motive for the outside effects of other people and what they've meant to this series. It honestly gives up an era of curiosity, let me say the least. Documents dealing with G6, and I noted it 6.12. And if you guys want to know, I write a lot. I can write over 100 pages in one night, just so you guys know. So, yeah. G6.12. This document was most interesting because it introduced me to the ideology that there could be alternative theories and suspects other than which was shown, and 6.12 because it was earlier on, just so that's known. And then Q3, dealing with Q3, and in documents, Q is titled for questions. The other 2 titles, they have the understanding of what it means. Questions 3. There was a question earlier on that I asked that has not yet been answered. There are various other questions underneath here I've asked the other people surrounding him they could not answer. To be completely honest with you, the only person that fully answered the questions that I presented were Miss Cleo Bernard herself. All of her questions have been answered. The baby mother will not even make contact. That is why she is in high suspicion to me of many different situations dealing around the theories and things you have going on. She refuses contact. She refuses to speak. Only time she spoke to me is when I thought she was someone else, or when it was in an alleged threatening manner because she doesn't want to take credit for that. But the other people around her, yes, they were interacting. And yes, I did validate they had some sort of relation or knowing of her. Yes, I did validate those things. And if you guys understand, they're cowards. They will not show themselves. They'll do the most, but they won't show themselves because the moment they show themselves, they realize I'll connect them to everything. And they're smart because this is what I do anyways. Dealing with question 3, I wanted to work my way to question 12 and question 32. 12 and 32 were special questions, and I'm going to note that here as well on the document. 12 and 32. There we go. Question 12 and 32, they were most interesting because when dealing with his friend that I found receipts between him and the baby mother, he never answered. 32, building the characters around some of the individuals that were around, that was most startling. there are people that reached out and told me things dealing with them that I cannot confirm. I want to go back real quick to your theories. Aside from C7, C8, there is no evidence to confirm that. There's no evidence to confirm that. I mean, this is everything I work through. I work through the packet. There's nothing to confirm anything. 7 and 8, the confirmation is going to have to come from someone who's willing to tell the truth. So there's no way to confirm those two things. I just want that to be noted as well. Dealing with fake witnesses. I've called them out as I said I would. They've exposed themselves as I said would happen. They've also, a few of them have disappeared from social media. I'm not going to say off the rip that they're gone or something happened to them because I have no information to confirm that. But what I can tell you, they're off the radar, and they're off the radar. We still have, and let me remind that I got to give props to the people that I worked with that were agents. And remember, we use letters. Okay. Only a few of them, because the other ones are part-time. But usually these guys have answers for me. So some of them I deemed the letters to. So the ones I'm naming aren't the ones that started it. And remember, we utilize the whole alphabet, okay? But before I do that, dealing with the fake witnesses, Victor came back and he lied. He said he was never there. I made him say my name. Remember when I first was doing this, I told you guys that I'm going to speak on them and they're going to come to me. Well, they did, every last one of them. So that I want that to be noted on record. I did exactly what I said I'd do with the series and made all of them come to me. I didn't even say their name. I told you I would make them because I know how the human mind works. But here's the thing. You did not validate me to do what I wanted to do next. And respectable. You didn't validate me to do it. Because if I did that, that was the end. I take care of guys like this normally. This is what I do. So when I draw you out, you guys in the shadows, I do it for a reason. That's why I'm on it. And they put me to do it. But, you know, I don't want to brag about what I've done, what I do. Like, you are who you are. They've already showed me the reasons. Although I do not agree with their reasons for not letting me handle it, I'll succeed. Everybody has someone that's calling the shots, more experienced. I, too, will follow suit and do as I'm instructed when it comes to that level. Because trust me, if it was up to me, y'all consider me a monster. When I knew what you actually did, in my mind, you're guilty. You're very guilty in what you've done. But we're going to leave that for the record. Now, back to the fake witnesses. Victor's out the way. There's two other people I caught that I made come to me. I'm not going to speak about it. I'm not saying you're a fake witness, but you're suspect. You're very, very suspect. I defended some of you, I didn't some of you, but you're suspect. By the character analysis I've done on previous people, you fit every characteristic of you know something you're not talking about. You fit every characteristic on everybody previous that I made admit to things, whether through tactics that were taught to me or through passive nature. I made them say things. And you fit someone I would sit in that seat and do the same things to. You do. You fit every bit of it. You really do. And again, they told me to move a certain way, so I'm not even gonna press you. It is what it is. Now, dealing with the suspects. I already did. I told you guys after I did my last video about the suspects in the court thing that I'd come and I'll do the report as I'm doing now. I believe one of two ways is going to happen with the suspects. They're either going to railroad them for this charge and say they did it, or two, they're going to completely show these guys are innocent in some way, if not a few of them. But something isn't right. And oh, let me mark, because after this, I was going to bring up fake witnesses too. There are witnesses that are claiming they know something that are going to testify in court with him. And when these witnesses testify, there's nothing to guarantee that what they're saying is true. There's nothing. There's nothing. Matter of fact, they will be the very thing that I believe, in my opinion, will condemn them. They're going to press these charges off of what's going to be said in court. The investigators and different people working on it, we already saw shady authority surrounding them in that area, having even caught one member at the party of the guy stuffing women in cages and beating them mercilessly. This is a fact. That has been proven. It was co-signed openly by other people in the industry. Of course, after me conversating with people from the industry. See, all of my connections have come from conversations with people that are far above those who are in the workings. They can make a decision tomorrow and make that person non-relevant. I've only did what I said I was going to do, and that is bosses talk to bosses and make things happen, respectfully to everyone. Another thing I want to cover, when we're looking into suspects also dealing around the case, this is what brings me to my alternative theory. I have 3 individuals that did not break, but I see their footprints all over it. No, I take that back. One of them did break character multiple times, but the other 2 did not. Let's start with the suspect alternative theory number 1. The suspect alternative theory number 1, I actually found in his history that he set up a similar situation. And he was not charged for that situation, yet he slid, and he was in college when he did it. What is this college-educated individual doing in the mix of the situation, being a simple, let's say, assistant, and not being visualized as someone who's pertinent to this case? Let alone, when I first looked at the video recording, the facial features of the individual in it fit all the perspectives. But when it came to court, the video looked slightly different. Oh, for the record, I want everyone to know, including everyone at home, that I proved the footage in film had discrepancies in it. I proved that. I proved that. And here's the thing. It was collected much later than the authoritative date by time video recordings are to be collected. Why? I've proved that. I've shown cars here and there. Everything is verifiable via Czarr All Rights Reserved YouTube. This project verifies it. Hold on. The second suspect, an individual who he leaned to for help. He leaned to for guidance. Let me come back and say this. Not only I found 2 to 3 other celebrities that relied on this individual. He's connected to them all. And within that, I found out, okay? And let me say this, suspect number 1 fits a different alternative theory. This is alternative theory number 2, excuse me for that. Alternative theory number 2, fitting this suspect, he's in an industry where stuff like this is normalized. But when we speak with other people and women working with him, none of them value him. They find it a problem. The last one that came out that was public, that was on all over YouTube, directly correlated his attributes that I spoke on. Let me give you a few. He's cocky. He's very arrogant. He thinks that he can't be touched. When in all honest, we were told in order to tell our people that we're going to make sure that your hands were behind your back and you were in that set. Listen, it wasn't, prison ain't a joke. When you got connections in there, you got connections. We were told to back off and let you do as you do until they knew for certain. And I agreed. Remember, I was the one who came out and said, I don't have no problem. You're a performer. I respect that. But what I didn't respect is how you went about making contact with me. That was uncalled for. That was way out of line. And there's a maturity level to it. I didn't use your name. You used my picture. Touche. It's a blow for a blow. But don't play me stupid. Don't try and tell me something behind the scenes that I know isn't true. I know what you saw. I said it to make you show up. You did what I wanted you to do. Don't play me stupid. That's not, you weren't cool with it or you wouldn't have did what you did. I digress. Again, on your side, there's certain things. On my side, there's orders. So we're going to let you move. But any more contact with minors, and we will rescind that. Any more contact with minors, we'll rescind it immediately. Let me find out. Because we don't play that way. And you shouldn't play that way. You're in an adult industry. Go be with adults. Don't sit here with kids and stuff. We're not playing with you. Get out of yourself. As cocky and prideful as you are, we'll fix that. Trust me. This is I'm in a way different league than I think you can fathom. Anybody you look up to, you value, I can reach them and let them know, look, he's a problem. That's not a problem. Leave the kids alone. I'm not going to tell you again. Leave them alone. That's the last time I'm going to address him on that. But other than that, I found nothing to show consistency besides situations that lead me to believe he overshadows alternative theory 1. Simply because that individual, there was something he did when a fake witness was speaking to him that was suspect. I don't want to go into that because that's going to be part of where the series is going to continue into the alternative theories I'm dealing with. But here's another thing. Why did this fake witness reach out to you and I did not mention your name? She did everything I expected her to do. I didn't think she was going to reach out to you, though. I was expecting her to speak to someone else. That's why alternative theory number 2 is an alternative theory. She went back speaking. Matter of fact, she loathes the suspect number 2, which means she does not like him at all, which is curious why she felt comfortable speaking to you. And that's why alternative theory number 1 is number 1. And again, I want to note right here in the room that these are alternative theories to what was presented to me. You know, a lot of the theories in the section I read through, they're very generic. I had to move on my own stead. They fit the personas of other people I have brought to attention. They fit all the characteristics. Here's the thing. It's okay for you in your own zone to function as a narcissist, as whatever these guys say. But when it's used in a way where they see themselves above others, that is where you produce the mentality of, let's say, habitual offenders, offending habitually. This is what we're not here to glorify. This is what we're here to nip in the bud. That was a large part of the series. Alternative theory number 3. I had at least 3 different women who were claiming they were baby mothers reaching out. And there was one synonymous person with the synonymous people sending threats to them. This is documented. If she plays with me, I will go to the fullest extent to get as many people as I want. Because you see, I was given certain orders about them. There was no order given about you. There was no order. Because you're out of line and they see it. Whenever someone's using the media to play off the characteristics of who they actually are, and we got your court documents. We got your documents on what happened in Broward. But lawfully, I'm going to wait on it. We got your documents. What, you thought I wasn't going to get a hold of them? Wait, hold on. Guys, this is what I do. This is the YouTube part of what I do. You thought I wasn't going to get a hold of them. Me. Ulterior, and I'm off her just as quick as I'm on her because she knows what it is. She knows what it is. If those decisions in those text messages I have were actually made, ma'am, you're despicable. You are a despicable character. And I hope, even if it's not this situation, I hope people see what you really are. I hope they see what you truly are. Really, truthfully. I wish he knew what you were. Before he laid down in that bed with you, I wish he knew what you were. I digress. You're sick. You are a sick person. Back to these alternative theories. Number 4. And I'm just going to tell you. Number 4 is where we connect the dots to how these theories can work in collusion. That would be the group effort. That gets deep, and I want to say that's what I'm planning for my further episodes. I'm going to show you the group effort and what actually happened. I'm going to explain to you how a group, everything could connect. We spent about 5 hours connecting the dots. I connected everybody. I know why you did what you did, why you're doing what you're doing. And that leads me to the part after, the online angle. Where people online fit in, I now see. Listen, ma'am, and respectfully, the name you're written up in the document is Weird Lady, okay? Weird Lady came to me at an earlier point. Now, in my paperwork earlier, I already marked you as someone part of it because the way we did it, you fit the persona of what we expected. I expected someone as part of the flock is going to step out to verbally address me, call me, really get to try to know me. Well, let's say the me that's public. And you did that, okay? You spoke about information and things that no one knew. And I said, you know what? He told me, Guy, go with it. If they're talking about it, go with the flow. Right. We also identified that you identify yourself with law enforcement, which you did. You didn't. Hold on. You didn't say that you were law enforcement. No. You weren't the one that came to me telling me his mother's dirty. You didn't do that. You did. And we called you doing that. But I said, guys, hold off on that. When they wanted a report earlier, I said, let's do the report at the end towards an ending point. Okay. This is the ending point of us dealing with the back and forth, guys. We have a new set of information and angles to attack. But they told me you'd approach me that way. Matter of fact, they detailed to me you're going to have a business that has to do with the situation. At that time, I was still in denial. Like, nah, this can't be her. Because I actually put respect on your name. With the information you were getting, I was like, you know, she seems like she's really trying to figure out there, like, no, it's a ploy. Don't fall for it. Then it turned out that you were a little awkward because you were getting upset I wouldn't say certain things. You were pointing me to certain information that was on the in crowd that really played against the favor of the mother, but you would never. Why did you think I took the baby mother angle? That's when you freaked out. Let's be real. When you saw I was speaking about the baby mother and stuff she was doing, you freaked out. That's when I got you. I said, guys, she did this when this. They said, we all high-fived each other at the table. Like, remember, we all high-fived each other at the table like, she's doing it. She's doing it. She's flipping out, guys. They were like, got her. Now, to this day, I'm sad to say, to X and his family, I am sorrowful, regretfully sorrowful that you're dealing with people doing that. I am sorry. Because bottom line, he was your family. Anyone that is getting state funded to make money off of his legacy, I'm sorry. And you're not the mother and father. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. No one deserves that. No one. No one. We're still conversating about that because there are some legal things I didn't know. And again, I know a lot of law in a lot of states. Florida, I'm clear on certain things. I also want to note that I do not rescind my theory that Jocelyn Flores had something to do with the X situation as well. I do not rescind that. If there's any evidence that comes up to show me, okay, I do not rescind it. I do not see anything that will lead to that narrative. I don't, guys. I don't. I'm sorry. I just do not. Please save all questions to the end. Actually, wait till I'm not live and I'll answer other questions because some of the questions may be what they heard. Some of them may not be stuff I can answer publicly. But all right, let's get back to it. So dealing with the situation and what we have at hand, that is the online angle. The T pages, I don't know what their problem is, honestly. I'm here fighting for justice as we're going through the story, and they've just been attacking me. I don't get what they're doing. If they have something to hide, I don't understand. But, you know, that's none of my business, honestly. Now, let's get into this part. Agent G, you are to be on standby. You are to be where you are, and you are to do as you're doing. Agent P, same thing as G. Now, this is an agent that came on during the series. Agent M, excellent work. Props to you. And no matter where I go in this path, you're never going to be out of the loop on what I'm doing. And that's for reaping the benefits and anything else that comes with what we're doing, progressing. You will always get credit. I seen your new theory today. I'm going to add that to the theories, and that's just supporting another theory they have in their generic list. We're not going to go about that now, but I wanted you to know how important you were to me given that theory. It gave me the chills, okay? You gave me the chills. I've never felt the chills in this situation. Never. But I got the dang chills. I got the chills. Wow. Guys, Agent M, you're the truth. You're the truth. I just got to say that. At every turn and corner, boy, she catches y'all. gotcha at every corner. Like, it's like she knows what you're doing before you do it. Agent M came on midway during the series too. Actually, this was the source that I started working with when I had issues dealing with that. And I said, hey, I'm gonna look into this. Can you look into that? She came back, her info was spot on. I was like, yo. It was something I looked up. I was like, let me see where she's at. She's there. Agent M's a solid respect. Agent Z, you are to do nothing. Okay. You're just like Z, you are the last move that is made in a game. Okay. You are the last move. We aren't moving we aren't dealing with that because, see, you're on every celebrity's head. I don't know how you know what you knew or how you're connected to that info, but listen, I want to call you a star whacker. No, I'm joking. We're not going to talk about that. That's Agent D. I need some more documents. So I'm going to be talking to you. I'm going to be talking with you. Thank you, Agent S, for everything you've done, everything you're doing. I know you got a lot going on right now, but you're always welcome in the situation. You're always welcome in the situation. Respectfully. And I appreciate all your feedback on different things and all the encouragement you give. It goes a long way, man. It goes a long way. Agent Q, and that's not Queen Prodigy. Queen Prodigy is Queen Prodigy. But Agent Q, you are to wait on A, B, C, no, that's G, C, E, and F before any moves made. So if Z's the final move, you're the secret weapon. You are to not do nothing. Not a thing. Don't. Just eat, sleep, breathe. That's all you're to do. Nothing. Because again, I got certain orders to do certain things and we cannot work and do that. But in any event, depending the call, whatever I do, you know the codes that we use. Okay. Certain agents don't follow these codes. They don't go by these codes. These codes are explicitly for y'all. Okay. So if I told you something, that was for you, not for the other people. That's why I don't generalize the codes. So in completing my report and the understanding, we will begin moving further into the alternative theories, into the witnesses on the stand. Okay. That's going to be what we're going to dive into a little bit because we have conversations to have about these witnesses on the stand. Okay. I need more documents. Nah, I'm going to save this part. I'm going to save the last part. I want to conclude this report. The first ever. Thank you guys. I'm going to keep you updated. I'm going to go live when I do the reports because I feel like this is pioneering. This is pioneering. A lot of people don't know how reports are worked through in a real genuine investigation. And I'm giving them a hint in a sense that everything's taken into it. I also want to note that there was a direct attack on the videos of where I mentioned the baby and mother supporting my third alternative theory. So I knew she was going to do something dealing with that. And she kind of did what I wanted. Here's the thing. I don't want to accuse her. And then we have weird lady who was involved. Okay. That's all. But other than that, we are on point. Shout out to all lawyers, lawmen, because again, I'm live, but it's you open other things and other people are to speak and stuff, but not now because this I have the floor. But all the lawyers, all the judges, all the people, all the people on the side that could witness and attend this report, I'm leaving this up for the public to see on how an investigation is looked over. And I want to thank everybody that made it. We did it so everybody could try to. For those who haven't, the replay is up to go through. It's the same fitting as any reports you may have received in the mail. It fits that same persona on the letters and numbers I've said. So please look that over. I will be revising it, reworking it, and giving it back to you guys. So just let me know what you think. I have other cases I want to look at, but for now, I'm going to dive into the parts that I promised, dealing with around the film. And we still have some information in lieu to come in, but from there, we're just going to work how it goes. Yeah, thank you guys for attending. I thank you for your silence as I introduce this. Please wait again till I close this and I do what I'm doing. Y'all know how I rock. Thank you for stopping by, whoever can stop by. The replay is going to be up. I want everyone to check it out. You know how I rock. Your favorite rappers time, your favorite movie stars time, your favorites time, your favorite moguls time, your favorite judges time, your favorite lawyers time, your favorite authoritative figures time. You know how I rock. You know who I am. It's all rights reserved to infinity. We in the building. Shout out to Chris A. Chris A. Oh, one more thing before I note this. Chris A has been a big part, so is Queen Prodigy and them. And I'm a little saddened to hear that someone through email was saying the things they said to him and how that goes. But you know how I rock. Please look on Instagram. It's not hard to send a message. Go ahead and send that over. I got the right people here that's going to take care of you. Go ahead, send that right over. We got you, suckers. Stop it. Don't be stupid now. Now you know it's for real, how we rock, how we always rock. All rights reserved. Showing my report. Again, I told them I'm no agent. I'm nobody of that stature. But do I got feet on the ground? Oh, I absolutely do. Do I have to throw money at someone to get them to move? Nah. General, all rights reserved.